coming until I found out Mary was the boss, and then I'm glad to receive that greeting from her. She is in Washington right now, fighting very hard for us, and I'll be there tomorrow doing the same thing. I'm thrilled to be here with all of you, and thank all of you for taking the time to come, particularly to all my colleagues on the council who have been just incredible partners. I just had the occasion to leave a deputy mayor's meeting and to leave a department head's meeting where we were going over the postmortem in the incredible amount of work that all of the back of the house folks for the city did with our private sector partners and our faith-based community partners to host 24 events in the last 14 months. It has been an incredible run for the city of New Orleans, and it wouldn't be possible without our council members. So I really thank you guys for y'all's support and your partnership in that. One of the things that New Orleans is really excited about is being able to show the rest of the nation how you take major events and you use them not as an end in and of themselves, which if that's all you did would be spectacular, but how you use them to actually rebuild an entire city and to create the city that you always wanted to be. And you will see that in every event that we have done in the last 14 months, every one of them has added tremendous value. So whether it's the Sugar Bowl, Paul, or whether it's the men's Final Four, the NBA All-Star Game, the Super Bowl, and now the women's Final Four, you can see from the introduction that Kim so ably gave us that we use these events now not only to create jobs in the city of New Orleans, $5 billion industry, 78,000 jobs, but also to rebuild the infrastructure of the city of New Orleans, not only physically, but spiritually as well, and particularly for this event. And I thank you so much for your contribution, the investment in trying to find a way to beat back the dreaded disease of cancer that has hurt so many of us and our family members. And it is really exciting that New Orleans has really set the course. I've had many, many mayors tell me post-Super Bowl, and many of the governors that we hear, how did you guys figure out how to leverage this event to do so many things? I can recall when the last Super Bowl was here, the NFL wanted to leave $1 million behind, and they built the Yet Center by Rosenwald Playground. But this time, they left 5 playgrounds behind. And we used the public investment in those playgrounds to leverage private sector investments. For example, out at Joe Brown Park, where the city invested a little bit of money and Nike invested a lot of money, and now we have a $23 million renovation. Or Harrell Playground, where the city was going to do a little bit, but because of what we did with everything, leveraged a lot. And you can take that particular philosophy and principle and add it to the incredible amount of value that these major events are bringing to us. And so to our constituents who say, who are not necessarily watching everything, why are you just doing this for them? Because when they leave, it will be gone. We say to them, I hope that you see your brand new airport that has $300 million and investments in all of the new streets and all of the major infrastructure and all of the major playgrounds. And all of you that have been involved in this have been willing participants in adding the value that you bring to make New Orleans become the great city that she always wanted to be. And this particular event is another great example of it. So I wanted to, Sue, tell you hello and thank you for the work that you're doing as the Executive Director of the K-Yow Cancer Fund. Dr. Balancio and Prescott, thank you so much. You can see they have their pink shoes on. Those are symbols of the fight, against cancer and in favor of cancer research. And we're sitting in this building, which some of these folks had something to do in terms of creating the revenue stream for. Jackie Clarkson was in the legislature at the time. When we raised the cigarette tax, we raised a tax. Let me stop on that for a second. We raised the tax and we dedicated the resources to something good to benefit the community. This building, along with the Feisweiler Cancer Center in Shreveport and the Pennington Biomedical Center, which create a cancer research triangle that is bringing down NIH funds, are saving the lives of Louisianians who die at a higher rate from cancer than anybody else in the country. That's the mortality rate from cancer, not the incidence of cancer. And you need to fund organizations like this, and you can't just do it with government funding. You have to have it with private sector and foundation funding. And it is this event that is creating the opportunity for you guys to make the great contribution because you want to give back to the city. So it's not just the thing, it's the way. And the city of New Orleans is leading the way in how you take major events and allow them to reinvest in cities so they can benefit all of the people. So I thank all of you for coming. God bless you. It's going to be a great event. The city of New Orleans has no reservations about us being able to hit this one out of the park like we hit the Super Bowl out of the park, and we hope you guys come back many times. So thank you very much, and God bless you.